Dear friends, this is a talk about the relationship between India and China since 1947. What we have seen from Nehru onwards till today is that India goes all out and stretches the hand of friendship to the Chinese, very genuinely, because India feels that China and India are both aspiring nations who went through colonization and today are both superpowers in the making. But what we have seen also is that every time India gets slapped in the face, it happened again with the visit of the Chinese president, Mr. Xi Jinping in Mahabalipuram, where Mr. Modi rolled the red carpet and again, like he did in Ahmedabad, tried to make the Chinese president feel welcome and experience the wonders and the beauty of India, and slap in the face just one day before by the Chinese president, again raising the issue of Kashmir, as China has done in the UN repeatedly, supporting Pakistan and its aggression and terrorism against India. Now, there is one weapon that India has, and the one weapon that rattles the Chinese, but India refuses to use it, including now by Mr. Narendra Modi. It is Tibet and the Dalai Lama. Now, why should China always raise the issue of Kashmir, always claim that Arunachal Pradesh is part of Chinese territory, and India recognize the Chinese claim on Tibet? It's absolutely ridiculous. It shows, India's weakness, the loss of the Kshatriya spirit, the loss of Chanakya. The Dalai Lama is a wonderful person. He's a very high spiritual being of very high ranking. He's a very wise man, probably some kind of vibhuti or avatar. So, in that way, India needs to support him. And also, Tibet has been the peaceful buffer between India and China forever. Now the Chinese have seized it, and it's become a huge strategic advantage for China because it can swoop down from Tibet down to the plains of Assam in case of a war like it happened in 1962. So India needs to use the Dalai Lama now and Tibet. Instead, they've arrested Tibetan youth leaders in Tamil Nadu. This is so ridiculous. It shocks me. It shocks me that the Chinese stab in the back this wonderful country that is India, and every time India falls again in the trap, whether it's Mr. Nehru, whether it's Mr. Narendra Modi, whether it's Mr. Rahul Gandhi, everybody falls in the China trap. They speak honey words and then they stab India back in the back. This is absolutely, it's happened again and again and again, and every time India falls in the trap. This is amazing. I mean, there is something in the psyche of Indians, because of colonization, that they're so submissive, and they have this wonderful weapon that is the Dalai Lama and Tibet, and they need to start supporting the Dalai Lama and Tibet, because that's the one thing that rattles the Chinese. The Chinese they lose all logic, and they just become incoherent and mad when the Dalai Lama is talked about. And the Dalai Lama is old now, his health is not good. As soon as he dies, the Chinese are going to nominate their own Dalai Lama. And this wonderful country that is Tibet, so spiritualized, so unique, that was always a buffer between India and China, is going to disappear. The culture, the religion, the spirituality, everything. So India needs to stand up to the Chinese now and stop trusting them. We need to stop trusting them. If there's a war tomorrow, it will not be between Pakistan and India. It will be between China and India. And China is a very, very, very dangerous enemy. Very ruthless, very powerful. It has built roads and airports on Tibet. It is ready to swoop down on India. It's got nuclear weapons pointed at India. India needs to wake up. Wake up, Indians. Wake up, Mr. Modi. The Chinese are a real threat, and you have a very powerful weapon in your hands, which is the Dalai Lama and Tibet. And they need and they deserve to be supported, and they are your one weapon against the Chinese treachery. Please wake up. Please beware of the Chinese. Namaste.